I once attended a work training event at a nice hotel in Dallas. For some backstory, I was a 19 to 20-year-old girl. During some downtime in the evening, I decided to walk across the street to a drugstore and purchase some snacks and water. The hotel sold a single water bottle for $7, so I wasn't having that. As I got to the drugstore, there were 4 or 5 men in a car and they were yelling strange things at me. It scared me and made me feel a bit uneasy, but I went inside and stayed inside the drugstore for a bit longer to wait them out. I decided to go back to the hotel after a while, so I walked outside and they were still there, waiting for me. At this point I was very scared and these guys were all yelling things at me. I ran across the street even though the crosswalk wasn't telling me I could go. I ended up making it. I went up to my room paranoid that they would be able to see what floor the elevator went to. After a while inside my room, I stupidly figured they were gone, as I didn't see them follow me into the hotel. I assumed I was being paranoid about the whole thing, so I went downstairs to smoke a cigarette by the fountain at the hotel. At this point the smoking age was still 18 in both my state and Texas. After I got down there and smoked for a bit, I truly realized my mistake. The men were there in the same car. They were yelling at me. One of them was speaking with a valet man, hotel employee, and looking at me. I immediately called my mom. She was yelling at me and scared for me. Then I got off the phone with her to call one of the women who were in training with me. Toward the end of the phone call with the woman I was training with, a man approached me from the group saying how beautiful I was and then walked away and watched me with a group of men. The hotel employee was nearby and I kept making looks at him, showing that I was scared and uncomfortable, but he had no response. I thought to myself that maybe these men were also staying in the hotel, so that could have been why they were there. But soon after the call, the woman came and found me and stayed with me. She was older than me and seemed very much like she could be my mother, so she stared them down with the most mama bear look I've ever seen, and they ended up leaving soon after. At that point I realized they had never been staying at that hotel, and those men were definitely 100% going to do something to me if she wasn't there. The next day I spoke to some of the other women in my training class, and one of them was literally drugged by a man from the hotel. She had completely blacked out and woke up with her face down on a table outside with no memory of it. It turned out that the area of Dallas was known for sex work, but I'm not sure if that contributed to what happened to either of us.